Trudeau and his Liberals flying blind on the fighter jet replacement. I'm Brian Lilly with TheRebel.media. What are the Liberals planning to do to replace Canada's aging CF-18 fighter jet fleet? Nobody has a clue, really. They promised in the last election that they would not buy the F-35. Then they got into power and heard from officials that that was the very plane Canada should be buying. What to do? There's all sorts of rumors, from them trying to find a way to buy the F-35 to claiming that no, they're just going to buy the Super Hornet. One thing is clear, though. Lockheed Martin isn't so sure that Canada's committed to the project anymore, and so they're looking at moving some of the jobs associated with the fighter jet out of the country. So in the middle of examining whether the federal government is going to subsidize another aerospace company, Bombardier, we could be losing jobs because the government's no longer buying the planes. This is how it works. You buy the planes, you get in on the contracts. You don't buy the planes, you don't get the contracts. Lockheed Martin is not going to build parts for a fighter jet that the Canadian government will not buy in this country. It's simply not going to happen. So we've got jobs on the line because Canada previously committed to this plane. Now we're pulling out, the jobs might leave. But don't worry, maybe we'll just subsidize it without getting a plane in return. That seems to be Trudeau's way. When he said Canada's back, I didn't realize it was back to a 1970s economic mindset where the government subsidized industry on a regular basis. But maybe that's the way we're going to be. We can subsidize Bombardier and Lockheed Martin, not get any planes, but lose jobs and money all at the same time. Let me remind you how this whole process started. It was Chrétien's Liberals that signed Canada on to the F-35. It was called the Joint Strike Fighter Program. It was Canada and her allies coming together to develop the next generation fighter jet. The militaries got together along with government officials, came up with ideas of what they wanted in the planes. Proposals were sent out to various defense contractors. They submitted bids, and the winning bid was Lockheed Martin. This was not a sole source contract, as people against the project will claim. This was companies, several of them, bidding to work with several allied governments, Canada, the United States, Britain, Australia, and others, to develop the next generation fighter jet. Canada's been in it from the beginning, so jobs have been here from the beginning. More jobs are expected as production ramps up, but now those jobs are going to disappear. Have there been problems with the F-35? Sure, there's been delays, including, this is new technology, there's always delays, but also delays due to China stealing the code for the computer system on board. You can't let China have that code, so you got to start at the beginning, rewrite it from scratch. These sorts of things can be expected with major military projects like this. I'm not going to sit here and tell you the F-35 is perfect, but it's a damn sight better than Trudeau's flailing around, leaving industry not knowing what's going on. All the while, he's trying to decide whether to bail out another company. He's just going to create more companies to bail out and more unemployed people wondering why the tax dollars they used to pay into when they had jobs are going to companies that are leaving the country and taking the jobs with them.
Thanks for watching. Click here to never miss a Rebel update. Want even more of The Rebel? Well, click here to become a premium member.